What's up, everybody? It's your boy King Hussle. Yes, is the best money and credit channel on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe and hit the all notification bell. So whenever I drop new sauce, new lessons, new methods, and giveaways, you'll be the first one to be notified. You'll be the first one to know what's going on. And you might be the first one to win something for free. So make sure you subscribe and hit the all notification bell on all the YouTube channels. Also, make sure you follow me on my Twitch, King Hustle Live, and my Kick, King Hustle Live. I do all my freebies and giveaways from those YouTube channels in the Twitch and the Kick. So make sure you subscribe and hit the all notification bell so you won't miss out on nothing. Also, make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms. All you gotta do is click the title on every video. Once you click the title on every video, at the bottom in the description, all my social media links will pop up. All right. Got a lot of fake King Hustle pages out there, so please get a FaceTime verification call or video to make sure you see this face. Make sure you are doing legit business and you are getting what you paid for, all right? And before we get anything started, this is all educational purposes only, not telling anybody to do anything. So let's get this thing started. Hey, let's get this thing started. Hey, what to do, my real King Hustle fans, supporters, subscribers out there, my real Hustle Nation Empire family members. And we are back at it again with the gems, back at it again with the sauce, and back at it again with the information that's going to turn you into a boss. So you tired of being a zero? You ready to be a family hero? Listen up, take a seat, get your notepad and get your pen, because you already know when I drop these videos, get them notifications. There's gonna be some information that's gonna help you win, keep you informed, or keep you entertained. So with that being said, you know how we get down over here on this channel. We talk about the new scams, the new methods, the new bank scams, new bank methods, the dark web, the dark um world, everything that's going on that pertains fraud, because there is an evolution. There is a surge of a lot of new people getting into this dark world, and a lot of people are generating a lot of revenue, and a lot of people are getting a lot of jail time, and a lot of people are interested. A lot of people want to know about what's going on. Just a lot going on. So we're gonna be really talking about and dissecting the dark world, because a lot of people out there are so fascinated with scams and fraud and want to do this method, want to do that method, but they really don't know what's going on. There's a lot of people out there that's fed the wrong information, and when somebody tries to tell them the real information, the correct information, they don't believe it. So today's video, I'm gonna break down a lot of different things and give you guys like an outlook of what's really going on. So when it comes to scams and fraud, a lot of people are only, like I tell you guys all the time, only know about the two methods, only the two common methods, which is check fraud or credit card fraud. That's the main things that people know about when it comes to scams, fraud, or whatever, right? And when people see other people flashing or showing money like this, the first thing they think is somebody is scamming. Well, first of all, people don't even know the definition of a scammer, a fraudster, or a hacker. People just throw out words out there and think what something what it is or what it's not. So scammers, fraudsters, and hackers are three different people who do three different things, but they're in the same world. Scammers are people who social engineer, manipulate, or trick other people or victims into basically sending or giving their own money. Fraudsters are people who utilize other people's information to get their money. Hackers are people who basically compromise and steal information to either sell on the dark web or hold for ransomware or or commit bigger projects, right? So everything is not a scam. Everybody is not a scammer. Everything is not fraud. Everything is not. Everybody's not a fraudster, and everybody's not a hacker. And that's what people need to start understanding. And people, when you know the difference between the two, you'll understand and be aware of what's going on out here. So like I said, most people are into real time fraud. Those are the only two methods that they know: credit card fraud or check fraud, and different variations of it. Like people, there's different ways people commit check fraud, there's different ways people commit credit card or debit card fraud. People got to understand wherever there's money being made, there's going to be some type of scam or fraud being committed. That's just how the world is. So you got the tech world, the tech fraud. Now, this is the real dark world. This is where it really go down at. This is where the real money is made at, because at the end of the day, the world is ran off technology. Without technology, a lot of things that's happening and able to happen right now wouldn't be happening. People got to understand everything is technology, from our bank accounts to us being able to utilize these different platforms, so YouTube, Twitch, Kick, you name it, Instagram, Facebook, all these different platforms, Wi Fi, FaceTime, text message. Cash App, Venmo, Zelles, money transfer apps that allow somebody to transfer or send money from place to place in a minute, matter of seconds. All these things is due to technology, and people aren't really understanding the magnitude of technology. Everything that's in the technology world is coded, AI coded. Is basically tech codes and commands that's telling something to do something. AI robots are coded and to command to work off different words and combination of codes and signals and waves. See, this is traffic signals, traffic lights, the light poles, everything is ran off technology, signals, energy, databases, networks, all of these things right here. The world is a real matrix. So a lot of people out there doesn't understand or really doesn't pay attention to how things work. Everything is encrypted, everything is coded. So when we go on different platforms and different sites, we have our personal accounts, we have a username, and we have a password. That username and password is connected to your account, which means that username and password is basically your security database into getting into your account. Now, people got to understand this. We all use technology every day. Our phones is technology. Laptops is technology. Computers are technology. We store our virtual cards on our phones. We store our virtual cards on our computers and laptops. We store personal information on these databases, on these servers and networks, and on these devices all day, every day. Why? Because the average American is lazy. The average American is not going to remember every password that they use. Most people use the same password for multiple platforms. Most people mind capacity isn't going to remember too many different combinations. So a lot of people put their passwords in their phones. A lot of people make it easier for themselves, and they're making it easier for the scammers, the fraudsters, and the hackers out there, right? So people, I've been talking and telling people about these fraud GPT sites, and there are so many different fraud GPT sites on the dark world, on the dark web, that's making it easier for newcomers, kids, to be able to command this fraud engine into creating something fraudulently, from sites to programs, to be able to compromise different platforms to get different websites, different bank logs, different information, be able to hijack different platforms to reverse payments, to compromise funds. Everything is ran on technology. So you gotta think about it. When somebody wants to send somebody some money using Cash App, they link their debit card to their Cash App, all information. So when you type in the information, it's now linked. That's technology. For you to be able to link that card to this application and send money out of that account to somebody else is technology. It's all through databases, servers, signals, waves, all. That's what these towers are for us to be able to get connection and be able to receive, send and receive different things, because it's technology. So, like I said, there are sites on the dark web, chat fraud GPT sites, that are creating these things and making it easier for people. Now, due to the surge of technology in the gaming world, with PlayStation 5s and Xboxes, where you can play people online and talk to people online, and adults mixing in with kids, there's a new surge, a generation of scammers and fraudsters out there due to these platforms, Roblox, GTA, 2K, Call of Duty, you name it, because these people are playing the game all day with adults, and these adults are sick, and they're tricking these kids, manipulating these kids into getting accounts and getting money to buy different coins and VC and get different skins. And it costs to do all these things. And when a kid is so addicted to playing the game and getting all the coolest skins and getting the best builds on these games, and they need money to keep going, they gonna figure it out, because they know their parents gonna keep saying no. So now they gonna resort to figuring it out on their own. And then they talking to these adults saying, hey, you can do this and do that, right? So there is Okay, so first of all, we all know all of our information is stored on clouds, iCloud, different clouds, right? So there is a place on the dark web named the the Vortex Cloud Network, right? And on this dark cloud network, it basically allows anybody to be able to search usernames, search emails, search phone numbers, and basically find every account password and information that information is used to. So if this email is connected to different accounts, they're gonna get all that information. If this number is connected to different accounts, they're gonna get all the information and passwords. They're gonna do all of these things on this fraud site. And like I said, these dark websites are not no www.darkcloudnetwork.com. No, it's not like that. It's a long encrypted address with .ain't at the end and look like a Bitcoin address. It's encrypted. So finding the actual site is going to be a task. And like I told you guys before, most of these sites are not just sites you can just easily go on to and use. You got to have memberships. You got to pay to get in. It's different things because due to the surge of these sites and methods and technology fraud going on, there are more cyber police on the dark web trying to catch people that are creating these things. And people want to stay safe and people want to monitor who they let into their program. So most sites on the dark web are membership based, put it like that. Most real sites on the dark web, you have to have a membership. You got to pay or have an invite to get in. So the dark cloud network is basically a cloud, a dark cloud of just so many different, so much different information that and bots, or not bots, but GPT platforms or GPT sites that allow you to search a number or email, a username, and whatever is connected to that will pop up and be able to get the information to that platform, to that whatever that account. So the dark web is becoming very, very advanced due to the surge of AI technology. GPT sites. GPT sites are basically a game changer, lifesaver for scammers, fraudsters, and hackers because it's making coding easier. It's making websites easier. It's making methods easier or system and boards and programs easier to do different things. And if all you gotta do is go on this site and say, create me a malware for Python, create me this and that and this and that, and it's creating the best of the best. You don't even need to know how to hack. You don't even need to know how to code. You don't even know how to do any of this anymore because of these sites. So it's just all about being more safe, being more cautious, and being more aware out there because it's becoming easier and easier and easier for scammers, fraudsters, and hackers to perform certain tasks, certain methods, and generate a lot of revenue with stolen information, our stolen information, you name it. And it's just all about being more safe, being more cautious, and being more aware because at the end of the tunnel, there's always a victim. It might be you, me, it might be the bank, it might be both. So, like I tell you guys all the time, make sure you guys are getting your Norton Life Lock to monitor all your social media and financial accounts to make sure no suspicious activity is going on. And a reminder to the dark web to make sure none of your personal information is on there floating around for anybody to buy. Also, make sure you guys are freezing all three of your credit profiles, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. If they're frozen, nobody can get anything in your name, not even you. No loans, credit cards, lines of credit, no apartments, no cars, no nothing unless you unfreeze it. And make sure you guys get new credit card and debit cards every other quarter, every so often, 4 quarters in a year. We use the same debit card and credit cards for so long, so many years, and we tap, swipe, insert, travel, and use these cards. And these cards end up in so many different databases, and there's always a database compromise, leak, or hack. So, my suggestion, like I tell you guys all the time, every quarter, whatever it feels, you feel more comfortable, get new cards, new information so that old information will no longer be valid. And if it was a part of a compromise, leak, or hack, you'll be safe because that information is no longer good. All right. So, make sure you guys are staying more safe, staying more cautious, and being more aware of what's going on in this real crazy world that we all living in because It's real crazy out here, and be more safe, to be more cautious, and to be more cautious, to be more aware. All right. So shout out to all my real King Hustle fans, supporters, subscribers out there. Because without y'all, there'd be no me. Y'all motivate me keep going. Y'all motivate me keep dropping the sauce, and y'all motivate me keep y'all entertained. So shout out to all of y'all. Anybody out there that's tired of being broke because it ain't no joke? Let's get to work. FaceTime 101 limited gyms are $1,000, but for limited time only, I'm doing it for 600. Yeah, 600 cash app or Bitcoin payment. Once the 600 is in cash app or Bitcoin balance, send me a screenshot. Let me know you payment ready, and we will go from there. All right, no screenshots, no replies, no 21 questions, and please do not yell me. Also, make sure y'all book y'all see on the webinars Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 250. Ask me and get help with anything that y'all want to get help with and talk about. Make sure y'all book y'all see on the crypto tour in person limited gyms, 3,500. Make sure y'all book y'all seat on the month long mentorship, 750. Make sure y'all booking y'all seat. Make sure y'all checking out my vendor platforms on Telegram, the Potato app, and Discord, Millionaire Networking World. Still looking for people for the production company. Make sure y'all subscribe and hit the all notification bell on all my YouTube channels, my Twitches, my IGs, TikToks, and Snapchats, Discord, and Kick. Every platform, right? Gotta update these down here, but y'all know how to find me. Uh Make sure y'all checking out the crypto world because it's changing people's lives, and make sure y'all getting in, y'all fit in with these loads, all right? 125 and up, Cash App, Bitcoin, Apple Pay payments. Send me the screenshots and y'all ready, and we're gonna go from there. And with that being said, it's your boy King Hustle. Y'all know how I get down in these videos. I see you at the next lesson video or live. Peace.